Hey there folks, welcome to our video on 10 things you need to know before you go to Cades Cove. I live here in the Smokies and visit the cove frequently, and I think whether you're a first timer or a seasoned visitor, these tips will make sure your adventure is smooth sailing or as smooth as it gets out in the wild. We'll start, of course, with number 1, least busy times to visit. If you want to skip the crowds, then plan your trip early in the morning or on weekdays outside of the summer months. Fall weekends and holidays can be packed, so aim for a visit in late winter or early spring if you're looking for that solitude. Avoid peak foliage season unless you're okay with the hustle and bustle, because it is packed during those months. Number 2 is one that no one really wants to hear, but it's very true here in Cades Cove. Expect delays. The Cades Cove Loop Road is an 11-mile, one-way road, and during peak seasons, you might feel like you're in a parade. If you hit a traffic jam, or a bear jam as we locals call it, you could be sitting in your car for a while. Fill up your tank before you head out because there are no gas stations nearby. There are also 2 side roads leading out, Rich Mountain Road and Parsons Branch Road. Rich Mountain Road was built in the 1920s and exits toward Townsend. It's around 7 miles long and offers a scenic gravel drive, and then Parsons Branch Road is a 180-year-old road that extends around 8 miles toward Highway 129 and the famous Tail of the Dragon. It's a bit more rugged, but keep in mind, both roads are seasonal, unpaved, one-way, and can be closed without notice due to weather or maintenance. Next up is number 3. Cades Cove Loop Road is closed to cars on Wednesdays some months out of the year. In 2025, it's on Wednesdays from early June to late September. This is prime time for cycling and walking, and trust me, the views just hit you different when you're taking it slow. Check the calendar for exact dates before you plan. You do not want to drive all that way just to find out it's not accessible to cars when you get there. Number 4, parking passes. You may want to consider buying a parking pass. While the Great Smoky Mountains National Park does not have an entrance fee, it does have a parking pass requirement. This applies to any vehicle that's parked more than 15 minutes. The passes come in daily and weekly and annual flavors, so grab one before you head out. I've included a link in the description for additional information and frequently asked questions. Number 5 pertains to food. Pack some food because dining options are slim here in the park. Think picnic vibes, sandwiches, chips, and cold drinks so you can enjoy at the picnic area or on a trail. Speaking of food, that takes us to number 6, the campground store. The campground store has items like ice cream and hot dogs and chips, cold drinks, and more. It's not exactly fine dining, but it does sure hit the spot when you're out exploring the cove. And if you forget any of your essentials, don't panic. The campground store probably has you covered, offering basic gear like everyday essentials and toiletries and souvenirs and more. Walk next door and rent a bike if you'd like to experience the cove on 2 wheels instead of 4. Just be sure to arrive early, as they are first come first serve and they do sell out pretty quickly. Make note, however, that the store is typically only open in the months of March through October each year. Next item up is number 7, the riding stables. If you're feeling like channeling your inner cowboy or cowgirl, the Cades Cove riding stables offer horseback rides, carriage tours, and even hay rides during certain times of the year. It's a pretty cool way to soak in the scenery. The stables are typically open from March through November. I've included a link in the description for more information. Number 8, no cell service. Don't expect to stream TikTok or call grandma while you're out here. Cell service is practically non-existent. Use offline maps or download information ahead of time. And hey, maybe it's the universe's way of telling you to unplug for a bit. I will give you a bit of insider information though. Roughly halfway through the loop, you'll find the Cades Cove Visitor Center. In and around the visitor center, you can sometimes be able to pick up enough signal to make a quick call or send a text message. Moving on to number 9, Firewood. If you're planning on camping or picnicking, just as a heads up, bringing your own firewood is a no-go here in the park due to pest concerns. Insects like the emerald ash borer have wreaked havoc on certain trees within the park, and we want to do our best to minimize and eliminate the risk of spreading diseases to our treasured forest. You'll have to buy heat-treated wood locally, and the campground store will usually have what you need. You can also gather dead wood from downed trees in the park for campfires. And finally, that brings us to number 10, spotting animals. This is one of the most magical parts of the cove. You might see deer, turkeys, and even bears. Just remember to keep your distance though, especially with the bears. No need to turn your vacation into a viral moment for the wrong reasons. And we don't want to see our animals suffer the consequences for people not maintaining a safe distance or not adhering to other important park rules that keep both you and the animals safe. That's it, folks. 10 things you need to know before visiting Cades Cove. Whether you're here for the wildlife, the history, or just to escape the hustle, this Smoky Mountains gem has something for everyone. Happy adventuring, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips. Thanks for watching.